Come up, Mr. Long. What time did you come to court?
It's supposed to have been at 8:30, sir.
What time did you get here?
Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure. I've been sitting over there. I don't have my phone on me. I turned it off when I came in.
When you come to court, you're supposed to be in the seat at 8:30.
Yes, sir.
Not at 10:01, 9:57. Do you understand?
That's correct, sir.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Mr. Long, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Can't afford it.
Yes, sir. Officers are dispatched to a construction site in Harris County, Texas, in response to criminal mischief. The site is surrounded by a security fence with visible no trespassing signs. The complainant told the officers that he observed the defendant via surveillance damage the security fence to gain access to the property. The complainant called the officers and confronted the defendant at the site. The complainant stated a portion of the security fence needed to be replaced, costing approximately $400.
Say it again.
It was a construction site and he damaged the security fence, costing $400.
Indication as to why?
The complainant observed on security footage, he was just trying to get access to the property.
Mr. Long, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Are you on probation or parole at this time?
No, sir.
You do it yourself.
I'm looking for work.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
Sir.
Why?
Funds and transportation and just not knowing things. I work for J.A.s Construction. I work plumbing with him, but he would come pick me up every once in a while, about 4 times a week, maybe 3 times. And I went to work with him every day.
Okay, it's time for you to get a full-time job, and I'm making that a condition of your bond. Don't be picky. If you have to get a job at Chick-fil-A, get a job at Chick-fil-A. Doesn't matter where you work. If you put your heart and soul into it and you do a good job, you're going to do well wherever you work.
Yes, sir.
Even Disney World, it doesn't matter.
I'm hoping to go back into plumbing with arm plumbing.
I want you to get a full-time.
This is full-time. This is not J.A.s Construction. This is arm plumbing, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you.
I'm clean, sir.
If I find that you're using anything that you shouldn't be using, I'm going to put you in jail.
Yes, sir. Correct.
You to understand one thing. You got out of jail because I gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one. If you violate these conditions, you violate anything, you pick up a new case, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond around 5 to 10. And if you don't have anyone to pony up that money, what happens?
I go to jail.
You will stay in jail. So when you're out in the free world, consider every move you make.
Yes, sir.
Because if it's something that could land you in jail, don't do it.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. I will not.
I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks from today. I want to see what you have done to get a job. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will have you fill out an application for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. I'm going to have you meet with pretrial, and then I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. I'm telling you now, Mr. Long, you're going to get drug tested like crazy. If I find that you're using, everything will go sideways really quick. I'm also ordering you not to go back to this construction site, not to have contact with the complaining witness, and not to be in possession of weapons as well.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Last name again, James?
Richardson, Judge.
Take a step.
Mr. Richardson. How's jail? Wonderful.
Missing bills, I'm missing life, I'm missing everything, missing my job, work opportunities.
You know, and one of the things, Mr. Richardson, you need to consider that when you're out there in the free world, when you're picking up cases, one of the first things that you should think about, even before you do anything, if I get picked up, if I go to jail, do I have anyone that's going to bond me out? Because when you don't, You wear orange for a very long time. You were on bond for 2 serious assault cases, and now you picked up a third case. This is what happens. Your lawyer's asking me to give you another PR bond. No. It scares me. What are you gonna do if we let you out?
I'm working with law enforcement to figure out exactly where the,
Don't talk about the facts of the case.
I have no interest in talking about the facts of the case. My concern is if we let you out, are you up to no good? That's my concern.
no,
We gave you the opportunity, and now here we are again. So
I'll be doing good. I'll be doing good. They let me out, I'll be doing good. And I have,
Judge, he has a job lined up with the Port of Houston. He just wants to start working.
having your life now, Mr. Richardson.
my grandma, my sister,
Your daughter,
my daughter,
Where's mom and dad?
my mom in Dallas, and my dad lives in Richmond.
Do you have no interest in getting in contact with either of them?
Yes, I do. But I work, I have paying jobs, good paying jobs. And I don't think my dad has a job. Or he is a cop, something like that.
I don't know where he would go if we let him out, but I'm not letting you out on the street. So we need to figure out where you're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna be very hard pressed to just give you another PR bond.
he would say he would live with his grandmother.
Where were you living before?
I was living with her, but I spent time at my friend's house.
Okay.
That's not gonna happen. I'm not doing this now. It's not gonna happen. We need to figure out a place that you can go to, that you've got a permanent home to go to, whether it's gonna be grandma, mom, or dad, but friend's house, it's not gonna work. And then I'm gonna tell you, if I do let you out, you're gonna have a whole host of monitors, so I know where you are at all times. You've now picked up your third case. I'm gonna do everything and I can to prevent you from picking up a fourth. Do you understand, Mr. Richardson?
So,
Okay, so, start talking around with family members, see who's gonna, who's
Can we
able to take.
reduce his bonds at all, Judge?
Of course,
Can we reduce him to 2,500 each at least? I don't know if he'll be able to make that. So it'd be 25. Okay, thank you,
but
Judge.
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not letting you out on the street to just roam it, because nothing good happens on the street in the middle of the night, and you just roaming it. So if you wanna get out, you gotta find a good place to stay. Grandma, mom, dad, somewhere where it's reliable, that you got a bed, and not just a friend. Do you understand, Mr. Richardson?
I would say a friend, but it was more of a partnership, business partnership. But they didn't hold up on their end at all. So we can, when my grandma could give me a PR bomb because where I work.
I'll let you guys figure it out. I gotta handle a bunch of stuff.
Thank you,
Let me
Judge.
know. Did you just get out of jail?
I got out of jail the day that my court date was scheduled at about 3 o'clock on the 24th. They said they could not find me while I was in custody.
So why are you here in shorts?
I just got a call from one of the attorneys that I had reached out to, and I didn't know that I had a court date. I understand. I'm sorry.
Don't come to court in shorts, and court starts at 8:30 in the morning.
I didn't know though. I didn't know I had it until the
Okay.
attorney called me.
The benefit of the doubt.
I
for
just
the
ran
future,
down here because I didn't think.
Jamaican,
Yes, sir.
future, court starts at 8:30, and you don't
Okay.
come in shorts.
I understand.
You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're charged with criminal mischief. On both of those cases, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor, may I get a cause number?
Yeah. it's-
Hold on, Alex. Judge, may I have a question?
It's
Sure.
P Alex, P M.
I can hear me. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
May I,
I got it.
may I speak, Your Honor?
No. No, we are going to do probable cause. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Do you understand? We are going to do it. Don't say anything. Okay.
Judge, the complainant requested an Uber ride home. The defendant was the Uber driver. The defendant picked up the complainant from her apartment, but stopped just before the exit and began using his cell phone. The complainant believed the defendant was trying to cancel the ride, and the complainant questioned the defendant as to why he wanted her out of the car. The defendant stated to the complainant that she was taking too long. The defendant proceeded to exit his vehicle and walked over to the complainant's side and opened the door. The defendant then proceeded to pull on the complainant's arm and pulled her out of the vehicle. The defendant proceeded to punch the complainant with a closed fist above the complainant's eye, causing injury and pain. During the altercation, the defendant grabbed the complainant's cell phone and threw it, destroying it in the process. And
So she's trying to get an Uber ride with him.
Yes, Judge.
He's, I guess, trying to cancel it allegedly. And then when she calls him out on it, he allegedly assaults her
Assaults her, Judge.
and breaks the phone.
Breaks her phone, that's worth $1,000, her phone.
Mr. Pinkham, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to do this anymore. You're not, I have to imagine that you're now no longer working for Uber. Am I right?
Correct.
I am now making that a condition of your bond that you're not to work for Uber or, I mean, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I'm running his LCIS, Judge.
She doesn't have.
Yes, Judge. No criminal history, Judge. Driver's license is currently eligible.
What kind of conditions do you think in this case would,
I would agree, no contact with the complainant and no rideshare apps, Judge. No working for any rideshare company or taxi company would be appropriate.
how are you employed now, Mr. Pinkham?
I'm unemployed now.
I am making it a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of weapons, and not to do any rideshare employment. You can find other employment elsewhere, but no rideshare. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail, and I'm going to tell you now. You got out of jail because we gave you a PR bond. You pick up a new case, you violate these conditions. So how are you supporting yourself right now?
I don't have any income. This is all new to me.
When was your last day of
I assume that-
employment?
That when the video,
We're not going to talk about the case. My only concern now is whether I should appoint you a lawyer or whether I should go have you hire a lawyer. For me to determine whether you qualify, I need to see whether you're indigent or not, meaning that you meet the federal poverty guidelines.
I doubt that I would meet the poverty guidelines.
So what we can do is we can reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. Okay. I'll give you plenty of time. We'll give you 30 days. In that time, the only thing I'm asking you to do is just don't pick up any new cases and just don't violate these conditions. The only thing I'm not asking you to do much, I'm just asking you to follow the law. Don't have contact with a complaining witness, don't have any weapons, and no rideshare activity. That's it.
In relation to the rideshare, I have several people in the neighborhood who rely on me for, I'm not allowed to take those. It would not be a rideshare app at all. These are just people that I know personally.
I don't know how we would stop the defendant judge or supervise him. I guess you could. I would still be opposed to it. I guess if they're friends of his and he's not taking any income from it, I wouldn't be opposed.
My only concern is that I don't want something like this to happen again. That's my concern. Mr.
Understandable.
Bailey. You know what I mean? I just,
Sure,
it's,
sure. I mean, you don't know me from Adam. Why would you?
and the allegations are quite concerning to me, you know?
Of course, they'd be
So-
concerned to anyone. I understand.
So I don't want you to say anything that would put your, to hurt you anymore. So, just be careful out there. So what we'll do now is I'm going to have you sign a receipt, Victoria. After that, we'll have you take your seat in the jury box. We're going to get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign, and then you'll be free to go after that. And when you come back, please have a lawyer. Okay?
And I found it.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, let me say this. I apologize to the court for any disruption earlier. I was kind of frustrated. From downstairs, but I apologize.
I understand. When you go against people who have the power of arrest, when you buck up, it's never going to go well. And I'm telling you more so when you're on the street. Here, we're easygoing. You know, we've got thick skin. You're not going to hurt our feelings, you know. But in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. You know what I mean? And it goes that way with any. I can't tell you how many more cases I got dismissed as a lawyer because I worked with honey than with butting heads with anyone. You never get anywhere, you know? You're charged with interference. You're charged with interference.
Somebody, I don't even know this man business, but Anna, can I tell you something? The
No.
only thing I did was walk across the street.
No. Let's not.
And the man body slammed me. He just picked me up and body slammed. I got civil charges. I'd have been to the internal affairs. He was just over aggressive cop that just picked me up and Triple H. Oh, body slammed me because I don't even know. He said I was
Did you go-
jaywalking.
Did you go report it?
Yes, I reported it. He said I was jaywalking.
Well, look,
And now he's saying I interfere with his business. I don't even know what his business is. He interfering with my life. I didn't even pay him I didn't even know he was there.
do you have a lawyer?
I can't get one. He messed my back up and I can't mess. I went to the
Let's do
chiropractor
this. Let's do
and he
this.
messed my back up. He slammed me so hard on the ground that he dislocated a vertebrae. So now I have to go to chiropractor every day, because I can't work.
I'll give you a lawyer today.
Okay.
Let's see what the lawyer has to say. Perhaps he can work something great on your behalf that makes you happy. I don't know.
Okay.
So let's,
I watch you on the internet too. You're funny.
you want to do it today or do you want to do it another day?
I'm
Because
gonna
it's
do
kind
it
of late.
another day. Well, we'll do it another day. We'll just be. I'll come back.
It's up to you.
I'll come back. I gotta go home. I'm late for my wife. She's crying.
Look, I'll send you with an application. We'll give you 2 weeks. Come back with it filled out. I'll appoint your lawyer then. But remember, be nice. I'm telling you, I'll give you the lawyer. The lawyer will look into the probable cause. If he or she sees there's an issue, I'll have him come back to me and we'll talk. And then
Okay.
we'll see, okay? But when you're out there, just be nice.
You're right. I got a bad attitude. I'm sorry.
Still want to go ahead and fill out the
I
application.
mean,
I'll take it
one
with
second. And let me, do we have one on file now or no? Yeah, because I don't have one on file. I'm gonna give it to you. Just fill it out. When you come back, we'll have you appoint yourself, okay?
Is there any way I can get that body cam footage of my attorney?
The lawyer will get it for you.
All right,
Wait, hold on, sir.
Go ahead and sign. for your-
Mr. Nichols, we will get it for you,
thank you.
but just be patient, but we'll get it.
Are you gonna do the?
So, Mr. Ray, Your Honor.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Carl. How are you? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. He has two other cases that are being dismissed as a condition of the plea. He has two other cases that are being dismissed.
So he's on deferred for an assault of a family member. As part of the agreement, they dismiss another assault. Now he's picked up another 2 cases. He picked up an interference.
The other assault was already dismissed prior to that.
Say it again?
The other assault was dismissed prior to today.
Yeah, but I mean, it was dismissed in conjunction with
Right.
him getting onto the deferred, right? And now he's picked up another 2 cases.
Perhaps short has already been dismissed.
What would you guys like to do?
He was about to plead true on the motion to adjudicate pursuant to the agreement. And the other 2 cases are being dismissed by the state. 230 days, credit for 73 served.
I don't know. I don't know. They assessed him to do DDRP, and what happened?
Did complete DDRP on July 11th, 2023. It looks like he was engaged and enrolled in aftercare.
You were doing so great. What happened?
Yes, sir. When I went to the Salvation Army, they were working us very, very hard, and I had my head down during one of our morning meetings, and they kicked me out for that.
What? That sounds so silly, though.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Is that when the cops came and then everything just went haywire?
No, sir. They kicked me out. And from there, I had to find a ride back up to Humble, and then I've just been homeless since then.
What do you want to do?
I would like to do my time served, what he's planning to go with, just get my life back
And
together.
now you're going to end up with just more convictions, though, man. And now you'll end up with a conviction on an assault of a family member. That's what you're doing. Basically, what you're doing is you're pleading guilty to everything. Everything's now going to go on your record. You can now have another assault on your record. It's gonna kill you.
Wasn't aware of that.
Do you want to stay on?
What's the option?
Are you taking any medication?
No, sir.
Should you be taking medication?
Sir.
Why aren't you taking?
I got kicked out of Salvation Army. That was the last of my medication.
What do you have in your life?
No one.
Where's no mom, dad? Where's mom and dad?
I have them, but my phone got stolen and my ID and social security card after the Salvation Army, so I wasn't able to talk to anyone for months.
You'd rather live on the street than live with mom and dad?
I'd rather live with them, but I need to get in contact first, that's all.
You can make that happen if you want.
Yes, please.
Will they take you is another question.
I'm wondering the same.
It looks like he has to do the aftercare, which is IMP and SOP. They also wanted him to remain in compliance with his mental health treatment. He also informed the officer at that time that he was not taking his medication due to all of the homelessness and everything at that time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take this. No, it serves you no purpose. All we do is basically throw you out on the street, right back for you to do what you're doing now. You're gonna end up with more convictions. Next time, now, you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. This is not the right way to go through life, Mr. Ray. You know, you're going backwards instead of, did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
That's a
Yes,
good
sir.
thing.
I'm sorry.
That's great. No. So let's do this. Can you try to get in contact with mom and dad and see if they'll take him back? And then I would like to talk to your mom and dad too and see what we can do about getting you back at home and not living on the street. Why you would prefer to live on the street? Is it dope?
No, sir. I just got in contact with my mother literally like 2 days before I was arrested. She got me a phone, but I'm just not sure if she would let me live there. So if I could talk to her, maybe, but.
Let's see. Do you mind, Carl?
Not at all, Judge.
And I'll help you out as well. If you need, I'm happy to talk to mom as well to see what we can do to get you back on the straight and narrow. Can we get untapped funding?
He was, yes, he already qualified.
Great. Everything can be paid for you, man. Everything's gonna be, we have it right there set for you. All you gotta do is take the medication, get off the street. All right, okay.
As far as the bonds that he's in custody on. Talk to mom first.
I'm gonna tell you this now. Where we're trying to help you, I'm not gonna throw you out on the street. I'm not gonna let you out until we know that you have a place to stay. And when we release you, you have to get released to those people, mom and dad. I'm not releasing you to walk on the street and to just walk out and do nothing. No, the only way I'm going to release you is if I know that you have a place to go to, preferably mom and dad. You understand?
Sir.
Make all the amends that you need to do. All right?
Sir.
Okay. Thanks, Carl. Or, Steve.